Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. I'm going to do one of these Christmas cards that excuse me, I don't know what's wrong. Hang on, yeah, drink. See if that's any better. Yeah, so I'm going to do one of these Christmas cards that I did an unboxing of in my last YouTube video. So this is the card that I chose. You can see there were 4 in the pack. So I picked the first one, which is the Christmas tree. And the first thing I have to do is remove the clear film that covers the glue. So for anybody that's new to diamond painting, this is what they call a partial, which means only certain parts of, normally it'd be the canvas, but in this case it's the card. Only certain parts have glue, and it's the parts where the drills go. These dots, these dots, these dots, and all these small dots. The rest of it is just normal card, not sticky at all. So what I have to do now is look at the key and choose which one I'm going to do first. I think I'll do number 5, which is the red minus symbol, which is these big ones. So number 5 means bag number 5. So it's these ones. So put them in the tray. And start placing them. Now, instead of using pen, I'm going to use tweezers. So just place them directly on top of the symbol, and they will stick. So the first time I've done a card. Nice little easy project. Shouldn't take too long. This card actually has the least number of drills. It's only got 5 different drills. Give the tray a shake, flip them over. And that's it. So I have 3 left. Put them back in the bag. I might use them for something else at some time. So I'll put that bag over to the side. I think the next one we'll do will be the green circle, which is number 4. So this is number 4, sort of amber colour. Hi Mike. I'm trying one of your cards. I forgot to mention I got these cards from smithsbeads.co.uk, which is Mike and his partner Teresa. So Mike has just dropped in. There's nobody else in yet, Mike. I just thought I'd give this a try, so see how I got on with it. So how's things, Mike? You having a quiet Sunday? Just preparing the Sunday roast. Is that still a thing? Sunday roast? I like these ones. sort of amber, and they've got purple and blue and green, depending how the light hits them. Just the usual. Same old, same old. So how's the weather now? Are you getting any of these floods that I was reading about? I saw that London got hit pretty bad a few days ago. Sunday roast, it is Sunday roast. Cool. Put these cover minders down to try and hold everything in place, but if I push it, it still moves. I should really have one in every corner. It's because my hand keeps sticking to the glue. Hi Angela, thanks for dropping in. Welcome to Christmas. Dull and damp, England. It's sunny and mildly warm Denmark today. Temperature just now is 22 degrees Celsius. Blue skies, bit breezy, but not too bad. So where are you, Angela, in the world? Which country are you in? Hi Marlon, B, C or D. Thanks for dropping in. Merry Christmas from Copenhagen. Decided to give these cards a bash. I've never done anything like this. But quite impressed with the cards, Mike. Actually, I forgot to say when I was doing the unboxing, the quality of the actual card is really good. It's nice and thick and shiny. It'll be a good quality card when it's folded. It's not like a thin papery thing. So it's good quality. If I could stop sticking my hand to the glue. You're in Texas. Is it not always hot in Texas? Oh no, you had snow, didn't you? You had snow in the wintertime. But I get the impression that Texas is always hot in the summer. Denmark never used to be, but it's definitely changing. I moved here in 2012. Summers were not as warm as they are now. It was up into the mid-30s last week in Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Yeah, they do. They look good. I like the idea. Just adds a little bit of something extra putting these drills on. I like these ones, the sort of amber colour. Depending on how the light hits them, you get purple, green, yellow, blue, red. Very cool. Yeah, my wife is actually American, and she lived in Texas before she came to Denmark. She talks about the humidity. She said it's not just the heat, it's the humidity. She said, imagine standing in a warm shower with your clothes on. That's what it's like living in Texas. So how long have you been diamond painting, Angela? I don't need to ask Mike. Mike doesn't diamond paint. But Mike sells diamond paintings. Hi, Chantel. Oh, 4 years, so you're a veteran. 4 years. I bet you can remember when this was all fields. You must have seen a massive explosion in the number of people diamond painting in the past maybe year and a half, 2 years since COVID appeared. Has there been a massive increase in diamond painting websites? Hi, Katrina. Thanks for dropping in. Merry Christmas. So actually, I got these cards from Mike, who's in just now. And I actually got them last year. Normally I buy custom diamond paintings from Mike, and he sent these just to let me try them. I was planning to do them for last Christmas, but I ended up sort of falling behind because of what I was working on, and decided it was really close to Christmas, and I thought, I'm not going to do them because there's no point letting people see them because they've already got their Christmas cards. So they've been sitting here for, in fact, a year, because it was August last year that you sent them, Mike. I checked the date on the little cardboard envelope. So they've been sitting for a year before I finally did an unboxing, and I thought, I'm going to try these things. So I will actually have some Christmas cards ready for Christmas. Yeah, is that a good thing or a bad thing, Angela? Do you think there are too many sites? Where are you, Katrina? I'm always interested where people are in the world when they come in. It's always nice to see people saying hi and joining in. There's nothing worse than seeing that you've got 8 people in but nobody talks. It sort of defeats the purpose of a WIP and chat. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, too much temptation, that could be a bad thing. I think it's good though to have a lot of variety. Obviously, some places are better than others, and you will see the same kits on the same sites, or I should say the same kits on different sites, but you might find you can get it cheaper from one or the other. So I suppose that is an advantage. But I think the big thing is it opens up the variety of what's available, which is always good. Tell me Merry Christmas. I said Merry Christmas. I did when you came in. Merry Christmas, Chantel. It's only Madeline, B, C, or D I ignore. She'll tell you that. I don't know what's wrong with my throat today. When I'm talking, I can hear it. It's hoarse, but I've not got a sore throat or anything. It can be weird. What I like about these things is they're so easy to do. And when I did the unboxing, I said that this would be a good one for kids. And they could make the cards. And I was thinking the grandparents would be, I think, the ones that would appreciate it the most. The fact that their grandchild had sat and placed all these one at a time, did it all themselves, makes it a bit special. Right, okay. No, that's just a pure fluke. I just thought I would try this. The fact that I did the Christmas cards when they were doing a Christmas in July event was an absolute fluke as well. It just happened to be what I decided to do. So no, this isn't for any event. This is purely me getting ready for Christmas in time for a change. But I thought some people might like to see them. A few people commented or got in touch and said that they liked the cards. They looked cool. And I thought I would do at least one on YouTube so people can see what they actually look like completed. So I picked the one that has the least number of drills. Mike was here. Cool. Yeah, I think it makes a little break as well from, well, especially for me. The diamond painting that I'm working on at the moment has 8 to 9 colours. So doing something like this, it's a nice little break. This is actually going faster than I thought, and got a lot of spares with that. Unless I've mixed something up, but I don't think I have. So got all of these spare. First one I did, I had 3 spare. So now, what will we do now? We will do the stars. Number 3. I was talking to Tinker Mike. Ah, right. So this is to Mike. She said she bought something from my shop, but didn't think you did. Lol. Yeah, Madeline is a stalker. Stars are a bit different. I suppose you decide how you want to put them. Obviously, the point goes at the top, I would say. Yeah, these would be a little bit more fiddly, I think, for kids. There again, it doesn't matter really, does it? As long as they're there. In fact, putting them at different angles might actually help to reflect the light different. Well, how can I drop something that size? I was trying to get you to tell Teresa that you couldn't ship to the UK, otherwise she would. Yeah, I know the feeling. I've already got my order coming. And then Chantel says to me, "Are you sure you don't want anything else? Because I've got a lot more stuff." And I was like, "Don't tempt me." So I've got a few things coming. They will be appearing in an unboxing soon. Yeah, that's the thing. The funny thing is that when I'm getting stuff from China, it's getting here really quick. Well, some anyway. The last one was 12 days. 12 days from order to the door. I'm still waiting on stuff that I ordered for Mike. And the pens that I ordered from Melissa took about 2 months or something to get here from Ohio. So it's a bit of a hit or miss, I think. But they come by USPS, and I don't have a lot of faith in USPS because they two light pads, they took a long time to get here, and I found out why, because they ended up going to Switzerland, and they sat in Switzerland for 2 weeks. And they only moved because Melissa chased them up and was trying to claim them, like make a claim, because they had disappeared. And then suddenly they left Switzerland and came to Denmark. And then the last pens ordered from Melissa went to something like was it LA? They went to LA, then New York, or they went to New York, then LA, or something like that, before they headed out to Denmark. So they always take forever. Marilyn is a professional stalker. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with USPS. They're my least favourite company so far. Oh, is that what happened to them? I've only ever had one thing that didn't turn up, and that was ordered on Wish. So I gave it a long time and then put a claim in, and they paid the refund pretty much straight away. I had absolutely no problems getting that refund. And they said that if it does turn up, just keep it. But it didn't. So that's the only time ever that I haven't received anything. Excuse me. Using these tweezers like an amateur. Beep, beep. Just dropped it. Where'd it go? How can I drop a star and not see it? Oh, no. Okay, I'll use another one. I'll find it later. Seriously, that's the second one. I don't like stars now. doesn't sound too good, Marlon. I mean, if the service is that bad, won't people just use another company and then they all lose their jobs? Or are they a lot cheaper than other companies and people just go for that? Okay, stars are done. Oh, no, they're not. There's one there. Of course there is, a star and a star. Yeah, see, that's the thing. People just take the gamble if they're the cheapest, unless they're in a real hurry to get something. I suppose it's the same when you buy from Wish. It comes on the slow boat from China, but you get it cheap, so people just put up with it. Okay, next. The red dot is number 2, which is these. We aren't red though. Thanks for the thumbs up, the kind person who did that. Thank you. Now we're down to dinky little drills. What did I say I was doing? Red. Yeah, red. Number 2. Oh, this is a bit more fiddly. I need more practice with the tweezers. I'm going to do the checkerboard pattern because they actually are close together. So if I do every second one, it makes it easier to put the one in the middle. I work for IRS and we have shut down 2 service centres. Luckily for me, I work in a call centre and work from home. Working from home is nice, no travel time. Yeah, this would be a bit fiddly, I think, for young kids. These very small drills. But I suppose if somebody's supervising them, the kids could do the big ones and then the adult could do the small ones if they're a bit too much. Hi, Angie. Merry Christmas. So I took a break from the hoverfly. Decided to do one of these cards that I got from Mike. But you can see it does make a big difference, the sort of before and after. I mean, the cards look nice enough, but adding these special drills gives them that extra bling. So how's the weather in Maryland, Angie? Is anybody near any of these fires or floods? Seems to be one half of America's on fire and another half's flooded. Okay, I have a question, Angie. You do a lot of these sort of partial things. Or Angela, because she said she did some of these. The drills, do they stay on? If I slide this into an envelope and it gets posted, will the drills stay, or do you need to use something to seal them? It's a bit of a disappointment if you send them and they open the envelope and they just get a card and a pile of drills. Weather is yuck. It's quite nice here. Temperatures dropped to a sensible level. It's been sunny all day. I think the weather is yuck in England as well. You seal them. What do you use? Aqua glue? Would aqua glue work? Tombow aqua glue. Because I've got some of that. Right, okay, yeah. I've got some of that. I used that to seal 2 diamond paintings. That seemed to work well. Yeah, I did. I sealed one over a year ago, and somebody did comment and said that they cringed while they watched me doing it. I put it up as a video because they said that you shouldn't use Tombow because it's just a glue and it will flake over time. So every now and again, I check the one. Well, I gifted one, so I don't have the other one, but I've got one that I did. And every now and again, I check it. So far, I can't see anything wrong with it. But they sent me a picture of one where it was all flaky, it looked pretty bad. But to me, it looked as if the person had caked it on really thick. I put it on really thin. I did a single coat, really thin, let it dry, did a second coat, thin, and that was it. But when I looked at the one they sent me, the gaps between the drills were basically filled up with glue, and it had started to flake and crack. They also said it will discolour over time because it's a glue, it will go yellow. That hasn't happened yet, but I don't know. I don't know how long they were talking about. Okay. Yeah, I will do, Angel. Have a look. I mean, it's always the same. Everybody knows, everybody that does diamond painting, if you go on a forum and ask a question, you are not going to get the same answer every time, which can be quite confusing for beginners. Right, okay. Well, that makes sense. Like I said, I did it 2 really thin coats and it looks fine. But when I zoomed into the picture that she sent me, it looked as if it was really thick. Yeah. But again, that's like, I mean, I was pretty new at that time. And when I had somebody commenting and saying that she was cringing watching me do it, and I thought, oh, what have I done? But it looks as if it's worked fine, for me anyway. But again, that's something that I'm sure you mentioned it in your video, Angie, that it's important to say things like that, like use this, but use it thin. After saying that, I've seen people using things like yacht varnish, which basically fills everything up. I mean, it just basically turns it into a sheet of varnish, which turns the front of the diamond painting basically turns into a mirror. Okay, the drills are never going to move, but you've lost everything that makes a diamond painting a diamond painting. You'll lose all the sparkle because basically it's just a shiny sheet of varnish. That's not easy to say. Sean Connery couldn't say that. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. What have I done now? I'm always in trouble. It's just the depth that varies. What have I missed somebody's comment? That's nothing new. Oh, I don't see anybody shouting at me. Oh, we were busy, Angie. That's why we stopped. We decided not to do the Saturday night things during the summer. We don't really have the time because we're too busy doing other stuff. What did I miss? What were you talking about? I'm going to have to watch the replay, aren't I? I quite like this actually. I think this looks nice. I'm glad I did the checkerboard pattern on the straight line though. Makes it a lot easier. I'll just. Oh, you'll go and sit. I thought you were telling me to go and sit in the corner. I was going to say, yep, I'll just sit in the corner and face the wall. Yeah, I like that. Nice and sparkly. I think when I actually got back onto the phone, it said was live 3 hours ago. So I missed the whole thing. These things are tiny. It was on for 4 hours. Seriously. Well, that must be the longest yet. I think I've done a 3.5 hour live, something like that. I think that's maybe the longest I've done. Did a lot of people come in? That's the main thing. Did you get a lot of views? That's brilliant. I knocked it all off. That's what I get for not looking at the screen. Cool. Nice. How much have you got to go to get your 4,000, or have you passed it? Thanks for the thumbs up, people. I can't believe this, Angie. My toe's starting to hurt again. I was thinking that was it. Fixed. I've got to give a blood sample on Tuesday and then go back to the hospital next Monday, or the following Monday. I use that vidIQ thing. That's how I get those things that I post up when I hit certain targets. It tells me. I don't know. There must be. Yeah, there is. If you go to, I think this is in the normal YouTube. If you look down the list and look at monetization, and you click on that, it's got a little like sort of tachometer, speedometer type thing, and it'll show you how many hours you've got and how many subscriptions you've got. You've got 2 dials, and when both of the needles get around to the end, then you qualify to apply for monetization. That's the easy way to see it. Yeah, vidIQ is a program that gives you a lot more stats and things. But I think the monetization thing is actually built into YouTube. Fiddly things. I suppose that's one way to do it. I think there's a few different programs that give you extra stats and things. Yeah, if you go into YouTube Studio and you click on whatever it is on the left-hand side and you get that big long menu, there should be an option that says monetization. You click on that and it tells you that they'll send you an email when you qualify. But it has the figures there. It'll tell you how many hours you've got. come back. I might get cut short before I finish this because Tammy's in the kitchen making dinner. So either I'll finish this or Tammy will tell me dinner's ready and that'll be it. By the way, I'm just harassing you, Jim, and I say you ignore me. It's been truly funny. If I talk about purple PJs or other nonsense, you see anything about... Yeah. No point talking about serious stuff, Marlon. So you've got purple PJs. That's interesting to know. And keep sticking to it because these blue ones, well, actually look purple, but they're green. These dots are still uncovered, so every time I touch the edge, my hand catches them. It would have been a wise move to do them first, but too late. So this is the most or the longest time I have used tweezers. Doing so well. I lifted it up there to make sure that I hadn't scratched the bottom yet, and I dropped it. You can change the monetization thing. That just shows the total, doesn't it? But you can change that how many days thing. Because basically what you're doing is you go to the monetization and you're looking to get those needles all the way around on the dial. But as I said, it does say that YouTube will email you when you qualify. Then they have to review your stuff to make sure you're not breaking any YouTube rules. But how they review it, I don't know. Because for somebody to actually sit and watch them, I mean, I don't know, I think I've done about 200 videos now. And some of them are pretty long. I'm pretty sure nobody sits and watches them all the way through. Oh yeah, it's on the computer. You don't get it on your mobile. But you should get it no problem, Angie. When you're doing all these lives, stuff like this, and people come in, you get a lot of minutes for that. And I mean, if you did 4 hours, you're going to get a lot of time added. I don't think getting the 4,000 hours is the hard part. It's getting the 1,000 subscriptions. A lot of people watch things but don't bother to subscribe. I mean, I've got, I forget, over 40,000 views now, something like that. But only 800, just over 800 subscribers. I'm pretty sure it's unique. You need to watch with that though, because I have a friend who's a musician, and she was trying to get monetized on YouTube, and I think it was her ex-boyfriend, thought he would do her a favor and watched her videos over and over and over and over and over and over to get the time up. And what happened was YouTube got in touch with her and said they saw, I can't remember how they worded it, but basically they could see that the same IP address had been watching the videos again and again and again and again. And as far as they're concerned, that's cheating, because somebody's just sitting. That'd be like me just sitting and watching my videos again and again and again and again to get the hours in. So I think initially she got a warning. She didn't know how it happened. She didn't know that he was doing it. And then I think she she spoke to him and found out this is what he had been doing. So she asked him to stop it. He didn't. He kept doing it, and her account got blocked for life. So sitting watching your own YouTube videos again and again, or getting somebody else to do it, is not a good idea. Well, it will be if it's going through your router. If you're on Wi-Fi, everything that goes through that, it's the Wi-Fi IP address, I think. But then I think, do they not get a device number or something as well? I don't know. I'm not like that technically minded. But it was just, she told me, I mean, she had a lot of people. I knew her through Periscope, a live streaming app. She had thousands of followers on Periscope. And I had said to her about YouTube, like, why aren't you on YouTube? And she said, well, this is what happened. So I knew about that before I started my YouTube channel, so I don't sit and watch more on YouTube. Not that I would, but the other thing is I don't get in touch with friends and family and people that I met in the pub or anything like that and say, I've got a YouTube channel, please subscribe. I've never done that because I want it to be people who actually are genuinely interested in the videos. And if it takes forever, it takes forever. I don't want people just clicking on it who are not the least bit interested in diamond painting, and they're doing it just because they know me. I would get a lot more satisfaction out of it the hard way, and it does take time. But that's just me. I don't know. People might. I mean, I know you can. I've heard that you can also buy subscriptions if you get in touch with certain people or something. Somebody actually sent me an email offering me, I forget, so many subscribers and so much watch time for X number of dollars. So that's going on as well. Yeah, I'm not that much up on the tech, but it was just when she told me about that, I thought it might be useful to say to people. don't be tempted to get your friends and family to just sit and watch your videos on loop or something. It doesn't do you any good. In fact, it could do you a lot of harm. Thinking about it, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it won't just be the IP address, it's the device as well. How long ago did that happen to her? I'm not sure. I think it was before I started my channel. Again, I don't know whether rules have changed. No idea. But I mean, it's obviously cheating to do that. I mean, to say you've got so many hours and it's the same people watching it again and again. I mean, I get the point. People are trying to get monetization, but really, if nobody's watching your channel and you're doing that to get the time, if you get adverts, you're never going to make any money because nobody's watching your channel. Oh, I found the star. The star was sitting on edge, straight up and down. That's why I couldn't see it. Different accounts. I don't know. You'd need to Google it, Angie. I mean, I've never really looked into it. Like I said, I prefer it just to be genuine. It's nobody that's subscribed that I know of has done it just because they know me, and that's the only reason. And that's the way that I want it. That one's scratched in the bottom, so it's not as shiny as it should be. So that's coming off. Hi, Carly. Merry Christmas. Thanks for dropping in. I'm using tweezers today. This is the most I have used tweezers. And there's the other star. So if you drop the stars on their edge, they just stand up. You can't see them when you're looking down. It is actually. I don't know if I'll get it finished before dinner is ready though. If I switch the light on, I didn't switch the light on because I know it's going to reflect off the card, but I don't know if you'll get a better idea of the bling if I go over it. Yeah, maybe. You get an idea. Yeah, I could maybe keep that on actually. Okay, where was I? If you see them in the tray. We were talking about getting to your 4,000 views and your 1,000 subscribers for monetization on YouTube. I was just saying that there's a friend of mine who's a musician, and her ex-boyfriend, trying to help her get monetization, had been watching her videos over and over and over, like hundreds of times, thinking he was getting her more view time. And YouTube actually got in touch with her and said that they could see that the same IP address was just constantly watching the videos, and they saw that as cheating. So I think they warned her first, but she didn't know that he was doing it. But somehow she found out eventually, somehow, what had been happening. So she said to him, please don't do that, because they've already been in touch. But he kept doing it, and her account got blocked for life. So I was just saying, it's something to be aware of. You don't want somebody watching it again and again and again. I don't think so. But she said it had been hundreds of times he had been watching each video, like not just 2 or 3. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's ways around it. I'm absolutely sure if you went on YouTube, there'll be people telling you the best ways to cheat the system, like everything else, but I'm not interested in that. I mean, the monetization thing, I think in the real world, like to make any decent money out of YouTube, you've got to have millions of views. The reason I'm interested in the the monetization thing, it's the 1,000 views, the 1,000 subscribers that I'm interested in, because if I can get to that, I can do mobile video, and that's what I'm interested in. So then I can do live video in Copenhagen, go to the things that I've done customs of, where I took pictures and let people see them, and maybe have a thing where I go around Copenhagen and ask people to choose somewhere for a picture for a custom, something like that. I don't know. That's why I'm interested in it. I've absolutely no illusions that I'm going to become a millionaire on YouTube. I mean, I doubt in the real world, I doubt if YouTube would even, the money that I made, if I ever did get it, I doubt if it would even pay for the equipment that I've spent money on to do the videos. Yeah, but what if you use one of those, what do you call it? VPN things that changes your IP address? I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not interested in it. But I would also think that YouTube are wise to that. I mean, that just sounds too easy. I'm sure they monitor things all the time and they know the tricks. They'll probably sit and watch the YouTube videos about how to beat YouTube. I would, if it was my company. And then you know what people are trying to do. Surfshark. Never heard of it. So has everybody had a good weekend? Did anybody do anything exciting? Yeah, it's always good to get stuff finished. I think I've still got about 18 days to go on the hoverfly, I think. Trying to remember what was on. Yeah, I think I've been trying to do a sheet a day. Like, it's not got any backing on it. How did that go? What was I saying? Already lost my train of thought. Yeah, I was saying about finishing the hoverfly. Yeah, I think about 18 days. I've been trying to do like one sheet of release paper a day, which I worked out is roughly 2,000 drills a day. But it just depends on the sections as well. I mean, I've got 8 to 9 colours, so a lot of chopping and changing. Some sections are worse than others, so they take longer. Go on, stuck to the tweezer. Get off. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, Marlon, when you've been in. I used to do that with Periscope. It was a live streaming app that is now closed. And I did that for 4.5 years, walking around Copenhagen. People came in live and we just talked about whatever. I mean, I would talk about Denmark. Sometimes I'd talk about history of how Copenhagen started and talk about Tivoli, second oldest amusement park in the world. I actually went and live streamed walking around Tivoli talking about it. Went to Bakken, which is the oldest amusement park in the world, which is just outside Copenhagen. I went over to Sweden. I went to Lund Cathedral, which was built in, I'm trying to remember now, 1025 or 1085. I can't remember now. It was a long time ago. That was my biggest views ever. 36,500 people watched that. That was crazy. But I enjoy doing it, and it's like I would like to do the same sort of thing via YouTube, but I want to tie it into diamond painting at least to start with. I've got stuff like the Hans Christian Andersen statue that I did as a custom. Newhaven, New Harbour, I did as a custom. The hoverfly, I took that picture at the Botanical Gardens in Copenhagen, so I could go there. I've got the entrance to Tivoli at Halloween, so again, Tivoli could come into it, but it all ties into diamond painting. I have no idea. I don't know anything about StreamYard. Trevor, Kiss My Stained Glass, he invited me in to his stream. That's the first time I've done that. A week ago? Something like that. I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of interesting things, but if people are coming in looking for diamond painting, they might not be interested in Copenhagen. But I can sort of combine, like the Hans Christian Andersen, because I did the diamond painting of it, I can show you exactly where I stood when I took the picture, tell you the story, Hans Christian Andersen's life. I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in that. I mean, the Copenhagen, walking about Copenhagen became really popular. A lot of people liked it. But you also get to know the people as well, just like here. You get to know people, you know where they're from. A lot of people that came in were periscopers from different countries. So I would watch their stuff, like maybe it'd be New York or wherever. And I mean, some of those people I knew for the whole 4.5 years. You get to know people if you're talking to them regularly. Like I now know that Marlon wears purple pajamas. I mean, there is the whole social side. That's the thing. I mean, they call it social media. But there's a lot of anti-social media on a lot of things. But if you find the right people, I think it's a really good thing. I mean, I've got a website called iccopenhagen.com. There's a lot of stuff on there, pictures of Copenhagen, bits and pieces about things. I've also got podcasts. There's a lot of stuff. And I thought about maybe just trying to do the Copenhagen thing as a separate channel. And then I thought, then I'm trying to do diamond painting and I'm trying to do the IC Copenhagen stuff. It's just, there's no way that I can do it. So I thought, okay, if I can get to the point where I can go mobile, I can do stuff that ties in with diamond painting. And that might get people who are interested in diamond painting interested in the other sort of stuff, like seeing the royal palaces in Copenhagen or the Little Mermaid statue, that sort of thing. But I would still be talking to people at diamond paint. That's what I want to. I want to concentrate on one thing. I don't want to start sort of trying to juggle. I'm a guy. I can't multitask, and the best will in the world, it would just take up too much time. Try to do the two things. I mean, I actually forget how many podcasts I've done. But I started doing Hans Christian Andersen stories, reading them as podcasts. And the plan is to eventually read every one. And I forget how many he wrote now, 160 something stories. So that in itself is a major project. And I started them in chronological order. So thanks, Angie. So basically, I started with the very first story that Hans Christian Andersen got published, and it's called The Tinderbox. It's actually a really good story. So I'm doing them in the order they were written. And I think so far I've only done one of the very famous ones. But people like them. But I've also done some about Denmark, the history, different things. Okay, last colour. I don't think there's any way I'm going to get this finished before dinner. But the IC Copenhagen website has a lot of other stuff in it. There's a lot in it. If you go to extras, if you're interested in music, through Periscope, I met a lot of independent musicians, and I bought albums off them. And I've got a music section on the website where you can go and listen to, I forget how many, 30-something different artists now, that all, like all of them, I know one way or another. Most of them were through Periscope that I got to know them. I would watch them playing music live, get in touch with them, find out if they had an album, buy the album, and then put it up on the website so people can listen to 10 seconds of each track and then have all their social media links. So if you hear somebody you like, you can go and find out more about them. Hopefully buy something. I mean, they're independent musicians, and especially with all the COVID stuff, I mean, a lot of them are out of work for a long time. And most of them are professional, well, I'll say professional, amateur sounds bad, but it is their full-time job. But they aren't signed up to major record labels or anything like that. They don't have helicopters and jets and things. And basically they're just trying to make money to pay the rent. But some very, very good musicians, and quite a mixture of music as well. So if you do go on the website, look for the extras section. You'll also find Tammy. I know a lot of people, Mike, if you're still there, have been missing Tammy. There is a section called Tammy's Kitchen that we did, where Tammy was cooking different things, and we were just talking to people while she was doing it. And the way we were doing that was one episode she would be doing a traditional Danish dish, and then the next one she would do something of her own, and then the next one a Danish dish again. I had a lot of laughs doing that. But because Periscope is now obsolete, I'm not sure if those links will work. I need to actually go and check that. If they don't work, I need to take it off. You're off to have Sunday dinner, Mike. Sunday roast. Do you have Yorkshire pudding? Can't get Yorkshire pudding here. Yorkshire pudding and gravy. I miss that. A sandwich. So where are you off to, Mike? Are you visiting your parents again? I thought it was a Saturday thing. Yeah, if you go to iccopenhagen.com, go to extras and look for the title Tammy's Kitchen. If you do that, let me know if they work. I've been getting so involved in diamond painting that the last time I went and checked, the links did work, and that was after Periscope closed, but I don't know if they were only keeping them up for so long. I would imagine they will disappear because somebody somewhere is having to pay for the server. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get this finished. I think dinner is going to be ready soon. It really does make a big difference once you put these on. I think maybe I should do this side, stop my hand sticking to it. Seventeen episode downloaded. Oh, is that the podcast? That sounds right. Do the videos work, Mike? We actually had Tammy's stuffed chicken last night for dinner. That's in there. When we did them, the idea was that people could try and do them themselves. And we had another guy in Periscope in Manchester who did Tammy's stuffed chicken, and he did the fricadella. Fricadella are Danish meatballs. And he did the Periscope, so he did it live, following Tammy's recipe, and made his own. His Danish meatballs were about 4 times the size of Tammy's. They were massive things. Yeah, part one, part two. The part one is when she's preparing and getting ready and showing you how she puts stuff together, and then the part two was when it comes out of the oven, so people can see it when it's finished. I'm surprised they actually work. Yeah, that sounds right, Marlon. If you go on the website and click on just the app, the links, if you're on your phone, if you're on, say, an iOS, like an Apple phone, it'll automatically take you to iPlayer or whatever it is, the iPhone one. If you're on Android, it'll automatically take you to the Android one. So you don't actually need to download an app. Well, not an extra app, but if you do have an extra app, yeah. I can hear stuff getting put on the table, so I think I'm going to have to call it a day. I don't want a cold dinner. I don't know how long I've got. There's actually a podcast called Only in Denmark. That is quite an interesting one about the social differences between Denmark and other countries. And there should be a link to a video. The thing is, the show was in Danish, but what I did was the questions and answers, translated them into English. So I have the English questions and answers. So it'll make a bit more sense. But it's definitely not one to watch with young kids beside you. It is, there is nudity. The Danes don't really care about nudity, but a lot of other countries are extremely sensitive about it. Okay, Marlon. Just talking about the podcasts, the intro music and outro music, that was actually that musician that I was talking about earlier. She wrote that music for the podcast. I told her that I was starting a podcast channel, and she said, "Do you want some music for it?" And she plays piano. She's been playing piano since she was 3, and she can't read music. But if you play her a tune, she can play it back pretty much straight away on piano. She is extremely talented. So I told her that I would be doing Hans Christian Andersen. I put that in the wrong one, and I will move it because it annoys me. I told her I would be doing the Hans Christian Andersen stories. So that was the idea. She just thought Hans Christian Andersen and came up with that tune, which is very cool. If you do listen to the Hans Christian Andersen stories, Big Klaus and Little Klaus is one of my favourites. I had never heard of it until I started looking up Hans Christian Andersen stories. I had no idea that he wrote so many stories. I mean, the ones he's famous for are The Little Mermaid, The Little Tin Soldier, The Princess and the Pea, what else? The Ugly Duckling, Thumbelina, The Snow Queen, which Frozen is based on, The Emperor's New Clothes. So he wrote a lot of very, very famous stories, but he wrote a lot more that aren't as famous. And the first podcast I did was Hans Christian Andersen's life story. It was quite interesting as well. He became Denmark's most famous writer, and they think he suffered from dyslexia. When he was at school and they asked him what he wanted to be, he said he wanted to write stories. And his classmates and his teachers laughed at him. So he got the last laugh. Right, Marlon. Yeah, when I started doing the podcasts, I started asking around to people that I knew, like trying to find people that actually listen to podcasts. They're very few and far between. They'll definitely put you to sleep. Yeah, if you need tweezer practice, these are good for that. All these small ones. And if you're interested in getting some of these cards, you can get them from smithspeeds.co.uk. I did an unboxing video. That'd be nice, Angela. It'd be nice to get some feedback from anybody that does listen to the podcasts. Just let me know what you think. As I said, the format that I've done is basically a Hans Christian Andersen story, then something about Denmark, then Hans Christian Andersen, then something about Denmark. And that's the way I was doing it. I didn't want to just do all Hans Christian Andersen stories and nothing else. I did a podcast about Bluetooth, you know, the thing that we use to connect phones and printers and all that. The name Bluetooth actually came from a Danish Viking king called Harald Bluetooth, and that story is on there. And if you ever visit Copenhagen, you will find that there are very few old medieval buildings, and that is because they had not one but two great fires of Copenhagen, and I did podcasts about those two. In fact, thinking about it, I'm not sure if I've actually done the second one. It's been that long since I looked at them. Maybe it's just the first one. The big fat quiz. Big fat quiz. Oh, Harold Bluetooth. I actually visited the church, or well, it's actually a cathedral. I visited the cathedral that Harold Bluetooth is buried in. I did a periscope there as well. All of the former Danish kings and queens are buried in that cathedral. It has the largest, if you want to call it a collection, the largest collection of royals who are buried in the same place are in that cathedral. And Queen Margrethe, the current queen, she will be buried there as well. I think she will be the 50th. I think that's right. It's a long time since I looked any of this stuff up. Yeah, it is an odd thing to collect. The thing is, they aren't absolutely 100% sure that Harold Bluetooth is buried there. They think he is in the wall. And Harold Bluetooth's father was Gorm the Old. And I always wonder, how old was Gorm the Old before he became Gorm the Old? I don't think they had a baby and called it Gorm the Old. It's probably Gorm the baby. But yeah, I'll leave that to anybody that's wanting to listen to the podcast. I won't give away any surprises. How do you not have the diamonds go off the tweezers when I try using them? That's what happened to me. The very first time I tried to use tweezers, I could not pick them up. The very first drill that I picked up, I never ever found. It shot off the tweezers like the Starship Enterprise going into hyperspace, and I never found it again. And I thought, oh, forget this, and I never used them. And then I eventually got a diamond painting with ABs, and I'd heard all about the wax getting pulled off them and the coating's getting damaged. That one's not right. So I thought, okay, I'll try using tweezers. But by that time, I had a decent, in fact, I think it was a Diamond Art Club, and it was Diamond Art Club tweezers, those black, really sharp ones. The ones I tried to use before were the really cheap tin silver ones. And I found that using the sharp ones, I mean, these are basically the same. They're very sharp and they're very strong. They're not tin. I found picking up drills with these is easy. But I still prefer to use a pen. But I just thought I would do this with tweezers because I'm doing all these special shapes and stuff. And there aren't that many, so it's a bit of practice. Normally tweezers, I use tweezers to pick up drills that I accidentally drop on the glue. And that is the main purpose for tweezers. Picking up the drills and picking up ABs. I don't normally use tweezers, but I can see why people do it. I just think the pen is quicker. This is looking nice. I like this. Yeah, squeezing too hard, and it's, for me anyway, it was because it was cheap tweezers, and I had to press hard to get them to actually pick up the drill. They just pinged off. And these are round, which I suppose would be a bit harder because you're picking up a circle. If you're picking up a square, at least it's a flat edge either side. And I just dropped one. But I use them on square and round. But I think the actual tweezers has got a lot to do with it as well. Yeah, I know. But it's just, I'm sorry, got in a tweezer mood. This is I said earlier, this is the longest I've actually used tweezers. But I'm thinking I should probably just have got one of those green wheels and just filled it up, and all I'd need to do is just run it along the side and then along and down and along. Could have done it in a quarter of the time because they obviously work. Or I could have used a refillable syringe pen. Yeah, they are. They're smaller than normal drills. Enjoy the challenge. The straight lines could have. Yeah, that's an idea. I wonder if they do wheels with like maybe 4 wheels, and then you could just put like 50 on each and then just go. That would save a lot of time. And I mean, it's really easy to do that because I mean, when you shake your tray, I mean, the drills always end up perfectly lined up, none of them upside down. Yeah, I think you definitely have to seal them because this glue is extremely slidey. They move really easily, which is fine to get them in position, but to get them to stay there, I would imagine they would quite easily get knocked out of line. Multiplacers, yep. This is what you do with multiplacers. Put them in a bag, and then you seal the bag, and then you put them in a drawer. Yeah, I think it looks nice, Marlon. Definitely not going to get it finished before dinner. And Carly's very organised. Oh, I forgot to change the camera angle. Yeah. So this is Carly's. I wondered what that was at first, and then I realised it's tips for the pens. Yeah, I was thinking about that as well, just taking the straws off the pens and just keeping the tips. Because I've got like bags full of the whole pen, which I'll never ever use. But if I keep the straws, it saves them going into the sea. That's the thing. And you see these things when they're talking about all this plastic that's in the sea. I keep waiting to see pink diamond painting pens in them on the garbage. I would need a bigger box to put all my stuff in. I mean, I did an unboxing of a diamond painting pen from Amazon, and it came with 12 multiplaces. Just that one pen. 12 different sizes. And a straightener, which I never use. And blue wax, which I haven't tried yet. So, how long have I been on? Nearly 2 hours, so 2 hours to do a card. And I have been pretty much just constantly going. Obviously, I would have had more done if I wasn't yakking. And I'm doing it with tweezers. Hello. 10 minutes, right, okay. Okay, dinner is in about 10 minutes. I'm not going to get this done in 10 minutes. Yeah, that's a good idea. What do they use them for? Little paint trays or something? Yeah, I have no idea how many trays I've got. Arts and crafts. They didn't want pens, wax, and drills. Yeah, wax. I don't know how much wax. I mean, this is nothing. I mean, like Angie's been doing this for 4 years, but I mean, this is the amount of wax that I've got. It builds up quickly. Yeah, that's it, Angie. I like the fact that Spell Queen give you the option. You can opt out and not get any wax or pens or stuff. It's the only company that I've heard of that do that. Apart from Mike, because when I order stuff from Smith's Beads, Mike always asks, "Do you need the pen and stuff?" And I say no, unless he's got something new, because he's got better trays now. So he sent them for me to look at. Good. It'd be really good if they all did it, but it's never going to happen. But I mean, the ideal scenario would be the option about the pens and everything, and everything comes in resealable bags. That would be ideal. The resealable bags just make it so much easier for people who don't have any kind of storage system. Makes it nice and easy to work from the bags, like I'm doing with these. And the thing is, there's only 5. What am I doing? 5 different drills in this kit. That was Angela's fault saying I don't know how you can do that without dropping them. And then I dropped the same one twice. Looks like someone didn't watch. Yeah, probably. I don't actually watch much of anybody. I mean, I don't. I just don't have time. Just every now and again, I sit and just binge through. But I've had a lot of other things going on just now, so I'm just trying to get my own stuff done. So. But that's the thing. I mean, I have watched some of the Craftably, but I skip. Like I sort of watch a bit and then jump. And I think most people do that. It's like when I do the videos, I'm sure anybody at Diamond Paints just forget the bit where I open the bag and go through the toolkit because everybody's seen it. But I always do it because there's always going to be somebody new, somebody that's never diamond painted, somebody that's thinking about diamond painting, somebody that doesn't know anything about diamond painting and just, you know what it's like on YouTube? You go and check for recipes and end up watching cats. And people just stumbling on it. So they don't know anything about anything. So I always do the videos for that reason. And I have had somebody complain that I spent too long doing the goodie bag. And I told them there is a fast forward button. I mean, you don't have to watch it. So I tend to skim and obviously missed the part about that. Oh, that's good. That's cool. I never knew about that. Okay, I can hear cutlery and stuff. I'm gonna have to go. Well, I knew I wouldn't get it done, but I actually got more done than I thought. See if I can get to the end of this. Of course, because I try and hurry up, I'm going to ping drills everywhere. I think that's the secret. Just take your time, relax. I'll finish that little bit after dinner. I think shipping is the killer for everybody. It's just so expensive. Okay, I'm going to have to wrap it up here. Am I? Do you think I'll get this done before I get the call? I'll just blame Marilyn. Say, Marilyn told me I hadn't to stop. I had to finish the tree. So I'm not looking at comments just now because I'm really trying to get this finished. He does it, and the crowd goes wild. Yeah, it's expensive for them to send. I mean, I've got some stuff that's been sent to me. I mean, these A2 light pads, I ordered them, had to get them, had to get somebody to order them, somebody that lives in America, and then ship them to me because Amazon.com don't ship here, and Amazon.de don't have them, and Amazon.co.uk, I think, didn't ship them either, or didn't have them. And it cost me, I think, shipping itself was $100, something like that. So it's an expensive game. Anyway, that's it, done. Quick light over it, maybe to see if we can see something. Bling, shiny. Not really. It looks a lot better in real life. But I got that just right because I can hear Tammy, so the dinner is ready. Yeah, well, my experience, I've had stuff sent from people like privately, and they're expensive. Anyway, thanks for watching. Anybody that does listen to the podcasts, I'd be interested to what you think of them. Yeah, that's it. I mean, thing is just save up. That's all you can do. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. My very first Christmas card. So again, thanks to everybody that came in and commented. It makes a big difference to me, rather than feeling like I'm sitting in a dentist waiting room. So have a good Sunday. I know you're looking forward to work tomorrow, Carly. And that's it. So in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.